Good afternoon and welcome to this demonstration video of the currently available Opterra mapping functions. My name is Melanie. I work on the help desk at Paddock and I'm just going to be taking you through a few things today. The first one is how to create new paddock maps in Opterra and also how to import KML or shape files to create new paddocks if you've got those available. I'll also be showing you the layer functions that we have in Opterra Mapping, so that will allow you to navigate around your property and view the plans that you have available against those paddocks really easily. I will also be showing you how to load NDBI images into paddocks so that you can see them quickly on a map scale. I'll be showing you how to save particular layers so that you can load them quickly and easily. And I will also be demonstrating how to link documents into particular paddocks using the Opterra Cloud Share function. So we'll get started with creating new paddock maps. I am over here in the mapping tab of the Opterra platform, and I've just jumped over to create. So this is my client file I'm working with at the moment, P&T King, and I've selected a particular farm. That's loaded this farm up on my screen. What I want to do first of all is click here to draw a new boundary. I could either select paddocks that I already have created in the file that I haven't got a map yet for, or I could choose to add a new map for a new paddock by clicking Add New. All I need to do from here is type in the name of this new paddock and then click Save. I'm going to click OK to start drawing that boundary, and then I'm going to zoom in and just click in the corners of my new paddock. It's automatically going to lock to the other paddock boundaries if I want it to, just to make things a bit easier. And once I click back to where I start, that new paddock is going to be created. Once that one loads and I click off it, you'll see that it's given it the name G21 that I typed in the box, and it's automatically calculated the area here for me. If, on the other hand, I already had some mapping files available from another program and I wanted to import them into Opterra, I would choose the Import from File function here. I could browse down here to find the file that I want and double-click it to open. Once that one's loaded, I'm just going to click Load to load that KML onto the map interface. So that's loaded the whole KML. And then I can see here that there's a couple of paddocks that I haven't assigned within this file, so they're the ones without the yellow outline on them. And if I wanted to assign those paddocks from this KML file, I would just select that paddock from this dropdown or add new if it was a new paddock that I didn't already have. But for now, I'm going to select one that I already have, select that paddock, and then just click Save Selected Paddock from here. Once that's ready, I'll just close out of here. And you can see that now it's given that paddock a name. It's already put the crop type in there because I've already got the crop type in for that paddock in my crop plan. And it's also calculated the area for me. So from there, if I jump back to View, and I'm just going to click No on this prompt because I'm done with this KML file for now. I've got the whole farm, but I want to see all of my farms at once. So I'm going to jump from this drop down back to All Farms. And from here, there's a few things that I might want to look at a whole farm level. So if I wanted to view particular crop layers or map layers, I'm going to go over here to Layer Library. And from here, I can view my chemicals for the whole farm. So by clicking that layer on, I've now got these green symbols for every paddock that I have chemicals planned for this year. And then I can view that chemical plan by clicking on the paddock. And then my chemical plan is going to come up in a list here. So I can navigate really easily, look at different chemical plans for different paddocks just by clicking on them. And it's automatically going to load in my box over here. I can do the same for fertilizers. So if I click that one on, then I've got chems and ferts coming up for every paddock that has both in them. So then I can see my fertilizer plan at the same time as my chemical plan. If I wanted to load my crop types, then I can turn that on, and then I've got my crops color coded for every paddock. There's also the crop names available if I zoom in. And then if I click on soil analysis, what this is going to show me is all of the points where I have loaded soil test results into my paddocks using the SoilMate link function. So if these dots are green, that means that I have inserted these soil test results with georeferencing. So I probably created them using the Back Paddock app, and then it automatically has georeferenced those soil test points for me. If I click on one of those green dots, then I will be able to see the soil test results available here, just at a glance. If I've got a red dot, it just means that I've linked the soil test results in, but they're not georeferenced, but I can still view them just from the middle of the paddock very easily by clicking on that dot. Another thing that I might want to see is NDBI images. So I can load them in for particular paddocks quickly and easily from the mapping function. I do that from the Edit tab. So if there's a particular paddock that I want to see an NDBI image for, I click that paddock and I click this symbol here with the hand. I'm going to choose a date range just so that I have a few options of NDBI images available in case there's some cloud cover on the one from most recently. So I'll just extend that by a couple of weeks or so, and then search images. I've only got the one image available for that range, but I could extend it if I wanted to. So I'm going to load this image by clicking on the link here. And that's going to load the NDBI image cropped to that paddock. I can do that for as many paddocks as I want. So if I click on the next one, same date range and search images, click the next image to load it, and then click off, and then I've got it for a couple of paddocks at a time. If I wanted to save that NDBI layer so that next time I wanted it, all I had to do was load the layer rather than assign the NDBI images to the paddocks again, I would go out of here and back to View. And while I've got it loaded on the screen, I'm going to go back in here to Layer Library. And I'm going to save View as a layer. So I might choose to save this as the date and then NDBI, and then I'm going to click this symbol to save it. And once that's saved, it will be available to me here in this drop-down list of saved layers, so that I could just click on that, and next time I wanted to see it, it would just load automatically to my whole map. The final thing that I wanted to show you is the Opterra Cloud Share function. So that's going to allow me to upload and store particular documents and associate them with particular paddocks. So how it works is I'm going to open up my Opterra Cloud Share from here, from this open symbol. And if I bring this across, this is my Opterra Cloud Share. So it's just a document storage system, very similar to other storage systems that you might be familiar with. I can add new documents into the Opterra Cloud Share using this Add button from up here and uploading file, which will take me into my File Explorer and allow me to select files from my local computer. I've actually already got a file ready here that I would like to associate with a particular paddock. So that's some soil pit photos that I have available. If I wanted to make that link available to link it into my paddock, I would just go over here to Sharing. And then I would copy the link from here. And then if I minimize this and then I go back to Edit, then I can paste the link in here and give it a name. So I might call this, again with the date, and then Soil Pit Photos, and then add the document. If I then go back to View, And I'll just click off the paddock for now. Then if I select this paddock again and then go to documents, I now have these soil pit photos available here as a link. So I can click on the link. That's going to take me back into Opterra CloudShare, and I can choose to either download the file so I can store it locally on my computer, or I can view it in OnlyOffice within Opterra CloudShare. And that's just going to load up my photos for easy and quick viewing. And anyone that I share that file with will also now be able to see those photos associated with that paddock and know exactly where they belong. So that's a bit of an overview of all of the mapping processes that we have available at the moment. If you have any further questions or you'd like some additional training or anything we can help you with, feel free to give us a call on the help desk or email into support@backpaddock.com.au, and we'll be more than happy to help you. Thanks for joining me here today, and I'll see you next time.